Now let's have a look at the location of these endocrine glands in the human body. Very important to be able to identify them, starting with what is known as your hypothalamus. This is your hypothalamus. It is somewhere above the pituitary gland, and this is it. This is how it looks like. And normally the hypothalamus works together with the pituitary gland. Now in this case, you should remember that the hypothalamus secretes a hormone called ADH, or the antidiuretic hormone. And this antidiuretic hormone, you must remember that it is responsible for water balance. Water balance. Remember, there is a decrease and increase that will be the stimulus. So this hormone tries to do what? To balance water into its normal levels, or another word for water balance you can refer to as osmoregulation. Right, osmo means or refers to water. Now moving on to the second, as I've already discussed, this is your pituitary gland, and your pituitary gland, normally they refer to it as hypophysis, so you must also remember that term. And this gland normally secretes almost many hormones that play a role in many parts of your body, and the first one being the growth hormone, the second one being the TSH, your thyroid stimulating hormone, and the others are the ones that you may have learned about: the FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, as well as the luteinizing hormone. They all come from, or they are all secreted by the pituitary gland, as you had learned in human reproductive system, or human reproduction. And also, in addition, it's prolactin. Prolactin is just for breastfeeding, I believe. Yes. After giving birth, the female will secrete prolactin, and lactin refers to lactose, which is milk. Right. Now moving on to the next, which is the thyroid gland. Now this thyroid gland, it is more so located by the larynx, the voice box around your trachea. Your trachea is your windpipe. So this thyroid gland, again, as you can see, it is working together with your pituitary gland, because you have what is known as a thyroid stimulating hormone, meaning this hormone stimulates the thyroid gland to do what? To secrete thyroxine. Thyroxine is actually a hormone. So these are the hormones. These are hormones. I'm talking about hormones, and these are the glands responsible for secreting the hormones. And I will talk more about it. But the thyroxine hormone is responsible for controlling the metabolic rate in your body, and I will do an example based on that, so you must remember that again. Then moving further down your body, you will see that you are going to have another hormone, which is your pancreas. Now there is something special about the pancreas there. What is special about the pancreas is that what's special about the pancreas here is that the pancreas can be an exocrine and an endocrine hormone. This one here, right? So not hormone but gland. Now the pancreas, it is responsible for two things. It can act as a endocrine or endocrine, as well as an exocrine. endocrine, and I will show you later what I mean by that. But you must remember that this pancreas, because they like asking this question to say which gland can act as both, or which gland is classified as an endocrine as well as an exocrine. Now, the pancreas, what is more important is that it secretes two hormones that are very much active when it comes to balancing the glucose, right? So you must also remember that it is important for glucose, and glucose we refer to sugar levels in the blood. Then what follows next is the adrenal gland. Adrenal gland, which is found just on top of your kidneys, as you can see there, and then the pancreas is found where just by your below your stomach there. I think it is along the small intestines, immediately after your stomach. Here's your stomach here, so immediately after your stomach there you have your pancreas. Then we are going to have what is known as your adrenal gland. So your adrenal gland, it is found just on top of your kidneys right there. These are your adrenal glands, and what they do is they secrete two glands. One, which is we call the fight or flight adrenaline gland, adrenaline hormone, right, as well as the aldosterone hormone. Now, aldosterone hormone is responsible for salt balance, right? Okay, so moving on. Now, in the female, the females have a reproductive structure that is referred to as an ovary, right? And this is only found in the females only. And the ovary, what it does is it can secrete two hormones which control the menstrual cycle, and these two hormones are your estrogen as well as progesterone. I think you learned more about these two when you were doing the human reproduction, so you'll just have to recall from there. And then only in males now you have what is known as your testes. So the testes right here, they only produce one hormone, which is your testosterone, and testosterone is very much important when we are looking at spermatogenesis. So those are all your hormones. Your hormones as well as their endocrine glands which secretes them. These endocrine glands secrete the hormones, and these hormones will therefore go to their target organs. So that is what I'm going to talk about next. This was just an overview looking at the location of all the endocrine glands that you'll be dealing with, and you must also know the hormones that they secrete. Now, I will also try to look at the role of each hormone, as it is very much important to understand what each hormone does in the body.